I am joined today by Krista Jones, who is not only a mother, but also a nurse. So she's coming at this from a little bit different perspective. But we're going to come at her today with questions from the parent perspective primarily. And the first question is, as a parent of children with complex medical conditions, what do you do to facilitate communication between the doctor's office and the school nurse?
Thank you so much, Angela. I've had the honor of being the mother of 8 exceptional children, 6 with disabilities ranging from ADHD to OCD and bipolar disorder to autism to cerebral palsy and also asthma. With each child's navigation through the school system, it has been essential to maintain open lines of communication with not only the school nurse, but also teachers, clerical staff, and school administration. I found it helpful to schedule a meeting with school personnel prior to the start of each academic year to review any changes to each child's treatment plan, including medications, therapy schedules, and durable medical equipment needs that have ranged for us from a wheelchair to devices run by adaptive switches for my daughter with cerebral palsy to fidgets for my daughter with OCD. Prior to these meetings, I've obtained letters from providers detailing each child's medical condition and these needs, support for accommodations, and the continuation of interprofessional education plans, IEPs, that assure all members of the team are informed and required to follow these protocols to the best of their abilities to support the child's needs in the educational setting. Further, it's important to maintain consistent communication with the school nurse and other personnel throughout the school year with emails and phone calls and periodic follow-up visits to the school throughout the year. I've also had to write formal letters with accommodation requests to advocate for my children when services have initially been denied.
So it sounds like you as a nurse has been an advantage to be able to advocate for your children. And we need to acknowledge that people that are in the healthcare profession often do have that advantage over the average, if you will, parent who maybe doesn't have that education. So being able to maneuver the system is key. What obstacles have you encountered?
Absolutely, I completely agree with you, Angela. Sometimes children with disabilities experience barriers to participate at school or discrimination, and that can be due to their healthcare related needs. For example, children who need medication such as an asthma inhaler or insulin during the school day may have difficulty accessing it, or children with severe disabilities that impact physical, mental, or behavioral functions may be denied a personal aid to assist them. And we have personally encountered both of these situations with our children.
What things do you recommend to be able to better communicate with providers, with the school, and how do you promote that?
Sure. Parents have to be advocates for our children. You have to speak up time and time and time again to get the services your child requires. Embrace your role as a proactive parent. You need to be educated about laws and policies designed to protect children. These include the Individuals with Disabilities and Education Improvement Act, or IDEA, that ensures that public schools provide a free and appropriate public education to children whose disabilities impact their learning. It requires that schools develop the IEP, or the Individual Education Plan, and that is a protective mechanism for those students, and that it outlines every activity that a student will receive an accommodation for throughout the school day. Then there's the Americans with Disabilities Act that prohibits schools from discriminating against children with disabilities. The ADA requires schools to grant reasonable modifications in their rules, policies, and practices necessary to allow students with disabilities to fully participate in the school environment, no matter what that setting might be. Parents may also be connected with state or regional special education coordinators. They might be involved with a 504 coordinator, which is a specialized advocate for family members when you encounter these kinds of difficulties with the school system. And in some cases, unfortunately, they might need a special education attorney to help them resolve some of these barriers.
Very complex. I think the takeaway is that it's a team effort, interprofessional team effort, whether it's within the school system or in private practice or in any part of the healthcare system, that the parent is a crucial member of the team as well as the patient, and that we all work together to come up with a healthcare plan and a school education plan that accommodates for the students' needs.
Absolutely. We're all in this together, and we all want the student to feel supported and nurtured in the school environment and ultimately to be successful.
Thank you so much, Krista.
Thank you so much, Angela.